Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm doing something completely unnecessary, wildly biased, and absolutely entertaining. I'm ranking the women of the Nancy Drew games based entirely on how hot and sexy I think they are. That's it. No puzzles, no plot twists, no detective work, just pure, unfiltered digital thirst. Here's how the tier list is set up. Best hot wife, top of the food chain. These are the women I'd leave the mystery unsolved for. A tier really attractive, solid picks. B tier, still very cute, still very worthy. C tier, just okay, not offensive, not amazing. D tier you'll see.
Whoa, gonna need some help here. Alright.
And finally, wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. This is where things get dicey. Quick disclaimers before we jump in. Some characters appear in multiple games, and I'm ranking them based on their look in that specific game. So if someone had a glow up or a downgrade, it'll reflect. Some characters never show their face, like Linda from Curse of Blackmore Manor or Fatima from Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon, so I'm judging them based on voice, energy, and mysterious vibes. I also manually added the Waverly Academy girls, the Dossier game characters, and the women from Mystery of the Seven Keys, since they weren't in the default tier maker, but they definitely belong here. And just to be clear, this video is all in good fun. These are fictional characters. Don't take it seriously, just enjoy the chaos. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, we're starting at the bottom and working our way up. And I mean bottom. This is the wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole tier, where romance goes to die and pixels go to retire. These women either creeped me out, gave me weird ant energy, or were just painfully unappealing. Whether it's the voice, the attitude, or just their whole unsettling aura, they've earned their place here. Some of them are sweet, some are strange, and a few might actually hex me for saying this, but I'm standing by it. This is the nope zone. Hard pass. Negative riz. If I were in a room alone with any of these characters, I'd fake a phone call and leave. So let's kick things off strong, with the bottom of the barrel. It only gets hotter from here. Now we are moving up, but only barely. This tier, this is what I call the quagmire crashing through a billboard at 90 miles an hour tier. These ladies aren't the absolute worst, but something about them still feels like a car crash I can't look away from. Maybe they're loud, maybe they're chaotic, maybe they just look like they text you 47 times in a row after one date, and then post about you on a message board. They might be memorable, but not in a good way. It's like, I could be into you, but I also don't want to risk being cursed, gaslit, or emotionally waterboarded. They're not totally untouchable, but it'd take a few drinks, some strong peer pressure, and a complete lapse in judgment. Let's face it, this is the what was I thinking tier. Alright, we've made it to the C tier. This is the mezone. But yeah, I guess she's fine tier. Not offensive, not amazing, just kinda there. These women might be cute in the right lighting, or maybe I just liked their voice for like 5 seconds before I got bored. They're the ones you forget about until you see them again and go, oh right, she existed. There's no strong chemistry, no real spark, but they're not repulsive either. They're like NPCs that could have had potential if they had just done a little more. Honestly, in the right mood, on the right day, with the right soundtrack, I might be convinced to bump a couple of them up. But for now, they live comfortably in mid-tier mediocrity. Alright, for this next part, I'm combining both the A tier and B tier, because honestly, these ladies deserve to be talked about in the same breath. We're in the zone of solid, attractive, would definitely double take kinder women.
I think you're pretty hot.
This is where we shift from meta wait, hold on, she's actually kinda fine. The B tier girls, cute, fun, and probably way better in hindsight. They're not quite knocking me off my feet, but they've got charm. They've got appeal. Maybe their style was a little outdated or their voice was a bit mid, but there was still something there. Something that made me go, yeah, I'd consider it. Now a tier, these women are on the brink of greatness. They've got that confidence, that energy, that's something that sticks in your head long after the game's over. They're not just hot, they've got presence, personality, maybe even a little danger. And let's be honest, we love a little danger. So yeah, this is the combined A and B tier. The strong, the stylish, the ones that made me sit up a little straighter and say, okay, she's got it. Alright, we've made it. The hot tier, the cream of the crop. And yes, emphasis on the cream. These are the women that had no business looking this good in a mystery game. We're talking top tier elegance, fire looks, voices that live rent-free in my head, and a kind of digital presence that makes me say, yup, that's wife material. This tier isn't just about looks, it's about energy, the way they carry themselves, the confidence, the sass, the subtle danger. Every time they appeared on screen, I forgot what clue I was even supposed to be looking for. These ladies are the kind of hot that makes you pause the game just to admire. The kind of hot that makes you start replaying the same dialogue just to hear them say your name again. If your interactive made a spin-off game just about them, I'd pre-order, twice. This is fantasy tier. This is the mountaintop. And that wraps up this absolutely ridiculous journey ranking Nancy Drew women based purely on vibes, voice, and virtual hotness. If you enjoyed this chaos, do me a favor, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content that makes you question your life choices in the best way possible. Now, if you're into my regular stuff, I also do walkthroughs, Nancy Drew sound-related content, and other mystery-focused videos that are way more sane than this. So if that's more your thing, share, like, and subscribe anyway. You're helping the channel grow no matter what brought you here. Until next time, keep sleuthing, stay ridiculous, and remember, sometimes, the clues aren't the only thing worth looking at. See you in the next one.